y'all. So today we have Krystina Fuge of Maritime Maids. We've known each other for about 4 years now. I originally met her, I guess, at PCYP events.
Yeah.
And we've been seeing her around some other networking events lately too. But she's presenting on her company Maritime Maids, the boat cleaning, as you would assume from the name. So very accurate name, and among other things, the staging and
Yeah.
some other things too.
That's-
So if you're
yeah,
on a boat,
got it.
or if you need your boat cleaned, she's got the girls to do it. So I'll let her present. And this, can you remote this work? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, sure.
Or did earlier.
Or you can just click too. It doesn't bother me. Well, hi everyone. Good morning. My name is Krystina Fuge. I started this business in November, and actually you can click already. Obviously, this is my presentation board, yeah. About the owner, I started this business in November of 2020. Like he said, go COVID. But actually that's kind of what led me to start the business. I had some free time and my mind was, going around. I was like, what else can I do? I still work full-time at PPD. I am in FSP, which is kind of like not a full service section, but like a single service section, but we do like start to finish of studies. So you see everything. So I'm dealing with bidding and marketing and all kinds of stuff. So realized I like the marketing. That's kind of where all that came into play. And yeah, I went from there, and that's kind of how this began. I had no business experience before starting Maritime Maids. So all the help is, always needed. I've had some great people in town and some, services I've used like Score, and some other, actually met Bill here at an event a while ago, which I still need to use their services, but just some great other services in town that I've used and have helped me along the way. I grew up in Morehead City, so that's kind of how this came about during college. And then after college, I did a weekend kind of job cleaning houses in Curry Beach for a family friend who did just house cleaning. And I was like, I think I can manage this better. And so I didn't want to step on toes. So I was like, well, what else can I do that wouldn't step on toes in the cleaning business? I was like, well, books, and I went to people I knew, and I reached out to people from back home and here, and they said, it's really needed. No one is in that business right now. There's a niche, like we don't have anybody we can call for these services. So I was like, well, that sounds great. That sounds like money. But yeah, so that kind of threw me into it. And then also, like I said, my love for boating. I sport fish all the time. I, have done that my whole life and been in the, lived on the water. So gave me great connections to start the business and get it off and running. And you can switch slides. Oh, and then also too, like I am an alumni of UMW, but I went into the clinical research program. So that's how I ended up at PPD. And then this is just kind of if you pull up the website on your cards, this is just kind of like a welcome page. Some of our quotes here that we go by are custom quotes for every boat, and then exceptional care for exceptional boats. And then that's some of the, we want to keep quality high, and keep our, public eye, and, we want to look, we're doing luxury boats. We want to keep it luxury. But the custom quotes for every boat is a big seller. I don't like to group anything into any category. Every boat's different. Every person's different. Every client's different. And that's kind of how I want to make it affordable for everybody, but also, obviously, because every contract is, money, but I want to just make sure that everybody's taken care of and everybody's happy with their services. Get next. So this is about the business, and I kind of just put together like a couple little points, and I can, obviously go further into them now, and you can always ask me questions later. Started November 2020, currently have 3 locations in operation. We are here in Wilmington, we are in Morehead City, and we are also in the Outer Banks. But Wilmington also includes Southport area, Carolina Beach area, anything in between. Pretty much we can take care of Swansboro, Beaufort, etc. Your interior boat cleaning only. We get a lot of questions about being exterior. We are not exterior, and that's because it is a whole different liability policy, all kinds of way more expensive equipment, all kinds of things. And it's also, I'm training all the girls to do it, and not all of them want to be doing extensively heavy work, and it's hard to get them enough to do the work they're doing. But specialized services. So we have concierge services, and on top of cleaning, we offer those cleaning services or those extra services only if there's a clean in place. That's just because sometimes I'm going 45 minutes for a specific, job, and I'm not going there just to clean carpets for like 30 minutes. but we do laundry, bed making and provisioning as well. We also do staging services too. So if you want to set your boat up for sale, a lot of times people already have those within, if they're going through, you know, a marina or I mean, a boat broker, they already have all those staging services in play. But, you know, it's kind of a fun thing of mine that I put a twist on it and just, you know, have been kind of working on a little bit. And especially because I have connections here in town. So getting local, you know, vendors to come in, put their plants on boats, put their artwork there, you know, for win-win for everybody. So we offered multiple payment methods. I just got into doing cash, obviously credit cards. I use QuickBooks for that. That's been easy with bookkeeping, keeping all my stuff together, and then obviously checks too. I have an account with Corning, but that's made it really easy to keep business alive, obviously offering that option to pay with credit card. And then that doesn't have to be face to face. So even when this was during COVID and still people were iffy, I would go clean the boat. I didn't have to have any face to face really contact. Now it's not, now I realize to come say hi and check out the boat and, you know, have a conversation. But yeah, we are insured with the GL policy. COIs must be present when working in a marina or a boatyard. So that's different. And that's what really puts us into a different category when it comes to, you know, us being specialized. You can't clean a boat with a regular like GL for a house. You have to have a maritime policy. So, and that's something that people don't think of. So that's kind of why, you know, we sell a little bit easier and why, you know, I try to push it to the public, because if you're getting somebody else, you know, Kate to go clean and she does your house, but she's going on your boat. If she messes anything up on that $2 million boat, you're liable for that. So that's big. And that's really what sets us apart, I think. So you can go next slide. So this is kind of, you'll see some of this on the website. I kind of did snapshots of the website and then I just figured you guys could look at it whenever you wanted to. But we use safe, organic and all natural products. I don't use any bleach. And that's just because you can get a little clean with elbow grease without using bleach. And I don't want to obviously mess anything up on the boats. This is some of the, like I said, like before, what we offer. We do the carpet shampooing and things like that, concierge services. We do a basic clean, then we also do a deep clean. Deep clean involves going thoroughly into every cabinet, you know, lifting up everything you can think of, even going under mattresses, stuff like that. There's a lot of nooks and crannies in boats. There's a lot of places for stuff to hide and you know, things to be left. And so a deep clean is always what I try to start with when I start having a client. And then I go from there, just because that sets the basis for, you know, we made it really clean. Now anything else, you know, we kind of know what we're dealing with. But yeah. And then this is just kind of a more pricing guidelines of laundry services. This is on the website as well. Staging services, and just kind of tells you pricing for that, what is included in that, etc. Operations. So this is kind of how the business works. And like I said, we can elaborate more on this when you guys, if you have any questions. So training is provided upon hire. You don't have to be, you know, accredited cleaner. But yeah, they have a whole operational guideline that I have put together that says how to clean, you know, the professional way to do it. We take our shoes off before we go on boats. All those little quirks that boat owners know, we need to know, and we need to, you know, abide by. It's just a respect thing with boats, and we want to make sure you're following that. But it goes everything from, you know, what to clean with, how to clean, what products to use. We use specific colors of towels so that we don't overlap products. And just to keep it clean and keep it organized. And I'm a very organized person, so I like to come in and know, you know, I know I can see exactly what the girls did and how they did it. So we try to schedule weekly and bi-weekly. It's hard to do even the bi-weekly, just because sometimes all this is needed as needed. So especially in season, when we have tournament season, you're looking at, you know, a 3-day, you know, max, like 72 hours you might get to be like, hey, like, can you fit us in, you know? So usually they take about 2.5, 3 hours to do a clean. So usually we have enough time to do that. But it's just a little, it can be hectic, but that's what we try to go by. But during full season, especially this past year, is when we were in full throttle, and it was very busy. We had multiple crews at multiple times. So we have a single location where we store all the products in each city. And that is just, I have a storage unit. I just put it all in there. I make sure it's stocked. The girls grab what they need and they go. Super easy, overhead's low. And it's great because nothing in there really goes bad. There's nothing that could, you know, really freeze. It's all like, you know, it's not chemical based, but it's all it's not, I don't put it in like a storage unit, that's the air conditioned one, I just do an outside one and everything has not frozen or anything like that, it seems to be good to go. So that was kind of a trial and error, but it seems to work great. Payment is completed after service and is done by me or the manager only. I try to keep money tight, make sure I know it's good, where it's going, who it's going to. I'm the only one who has cards. Unless manager needs something, I give her the card. Each clean is reviewed by the manager or myself before it's completed. That's just like that's a thing for me. That's a quality check that I just want to make sure I'm QCing, they're QCing, everything's good to go. We send out monthly client emails. We send out monthly texts to clients. That's something we are newly incorporating just because being in the eye more frequently is something that we have learned that we need to do. We have, done the normal kind of marketing, face-to-face, been at brokers, offices, how to put our cards out, all that kind of stuff. But the main thing is being directly with the client. And so that's something that anybody interested can, sign up for these. When you sign on to or when you go to the website at first, it asks you if you want to be a part of the newsletter, and then you put your email in and stuff like that. So that's one way we kind of hook and grab. But then another one is just simply, we get a lot of people who want to know more about it and want to know about our services. So it's pretty easy. So marketing events to date. So tournaments are really a big marketing like area for us, as well as boat shows. I'm actually going to Miami Boat Show next week. Really excited about that. 75% of our business for marketing would probably be at tournaments, because we are there. Last year I took a group with me to the tournaments, and then we cleaned on lay days. And so lay days, and then in between tournaments, tournament season is you have a weekend, sometimes 2 or 3 months. So you have like maybe, back-to-backs, or you have 2 weeks in between. So a lot of the times, and it's all on the Eastern Seaboard, really from South Carolina to Virginia Beach, Maryland. So this year, we're going to try to follow that pattern and go with it. It was very profitable last year. People loved it. The service was there. They don't always want to do it. They're trying to rig up and do everything for the next day. And this is just sport fishing. So this is just that sector of it. We still have the motor yacht sector that is needed sometimes daily, if they're doing charters, stuff like that, that are still here too. So I tried to take a team with me just for that, and then keep a team here, and then have teams in each location. So it's pretty fun, and we keep it moving. Current implemented marketing, we do marina to marina marketing. We do ads in the paper called the Fisherman's Post. They're great, they're local. He's a great guy, the owner, he's awesome. I might be actually doing a podcast with him. We advertise locally in Wilmington and surrounding areas in a company called Dynamic Digital. My buddy JD owns that company. If you see it in certain restaurants, you can see it up top in on the TVs and stuff. And I've gotten a lot of publicity actually from that, so that's been great. And then obviously Facebook and Instagram. Instagram is a huge marketing platform, as is Facebook. It's great. We do boosted ads. We've gotten a lot of different, shared posts from accounts like Qualified Captain and things that are really, really big internationally. And that's been really, really boost our following. So it's been great. And that's all free. So we like free. Community involvement. We do events and fundraisers, in town. We like to keep it local. We like to do things to help the community. You guys help us, we help you. We've, done Real Research Tournament, which just helps with childhood cancer. We've done Cape Fear Habitat for Humanity. I took the girls out. We built a house last year. That was fun. A little bit different than cleaning. We did a golf tournament. We support the Wilmington firefighters. All these other ones you can see right there. We try to do as much as we can for the community, because you guys do a lot for us too. But that also is marketing. So gets us out there. And these are just options. When you go to the page, you can leave a review. There's an inquiry form. If you have a boat, then you can also put in everything here that types in the boat size, the heads, how many staterooms it has, the whole layout, because that's how I bill. It's not based on footage, because motor yachts and sport fishers are very different. So I base it on rooms and cleanliness. And then also have to apply now. You can apply on our website as well. And then so where to next? We're trying to get as far east and south, south and north, or north and south this year. We are already in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. We really want to get to Maryland this year. We're going to Florida. People have been really interested in the brand. They love the brand. They love the marketing of it. So it's only I made sure not to move farther than I could until I had a good, business strategy down and knew what I was doing. And I still, obviously still have those questions sometimes. Do I know what I'm doing? But that's the fun part of it. But yeah, Q&A. That's kind of you know, the last part of it, he kind of told me that you guys usually say like, you know, how can you guys help Maritime Maids? And I put up some obviously, three ways: visibility, marketing, support. Obviously, you know, money is a huge one, but that's a whole different subject. But yeah, we are ready to keep marketing and keep going and keep growing and
Sweet. Well, hopefully
Yeah.
the community will offer you some good insights, and then we'll open it up to you if questions.
perfect.
Jerry?
Awesome, thank you for the.
Yeah. No problem.
It seems like you've already realized there's some scalability here. This could be a really awesome franchising opportunity.
I'd already asked. But I haven't even thought about that yet.